my god. Just come across the cows. You have to laugh, otherwise you cry. No, don't go again. Today I'm wanting to do a bit more festive foraging, so I'm hoping to put together and forage some nice green materials, red berries, to make a lovely festive wreath. So I've ordered a willow wreath last year, like the template of a wreath, and I never actually used it, so I figured it would be quite nice to use that this year. I've also bought a little bit of wire to apply the different materials that I forage. So if you are planning on hosting family this year, you've got people coming over and want to make a beautiful sort of tablescape or maybe a wreath for your door, then this is sort of the perfect video for you. Everything I forage is obviously going to be free. Just make sure you forage where you're sort of allowed to. Come along with me for this nice festive forage. I finished reading this book that I mentioned in a video previously. So as I'm sort of going around and foraging today, I'm going to be sort of giving you some facts and stuff that I've learned from this book, from the different trees that I'm going to be foraging off. So definitely worth a read. Just remembered I didn't have any secateurs, so stopped at home to pick some of these up. Thank God my parents live near where I was travelling to today, because that would have been a bad mistake. Since I'm foraging in December today, I'll be looking for foliage that's evergreen. Evergreen simply means that the plant or tree keeps its leaves all year round, as opposed to a deciduous plant which loses all its leaves in autumn and goes completely bare in winter. Evergreen plants don't keep their same leaves or foliage forever. Instead, they replace them slowly. Their leaves or needles are typically thicker, tougher, able to lose less water, and may have a waxy coated layer over them, which allows them to resist the cold and snow in the winter months. This also means these plants tend to last longer indoors when cut for decoration. They dehydrate slowly rather than collapsing fast, keeping their shape and colour for longer, meaning they're the perfect fit for my festive table piece today. Just come across the cows, which I am honestly not very chuffed about. So I chickened out. I didn't want to go past the cows. Give me any other animal. Cows I cannot deal with. I've lived in the country nearly all of my life and I've never been a fan of them. I find them a bit intimidating, and I know that on this specific hillside they like to have bulls up here, so we're currently backtracking. It's so wet. Oh my god, you have to laugh. Yeah, this is reality of foraging sometimes, so I'm just trying to get back down, and then I'll probably go to some more local spots to forage for the wreath. Yeah, it's windy, it's raining. Yeah. I came across this gorgeous little holly bush. Holly is associated with Christmas as it has everlasting life, looking beautiful all year round. This was a male tree, as it doesn't have any berries, which is a shame, as I would have picked some if it did and fought the spikes. But without the berries, I figured I'd give it a miss. You can really see that waxy finish on these leaves, characteristic of evergreen plants. I then came across some ivy. Ivy, like holly, represents eternal life. There's that classic hymn that goes, "The holly and the ivy when they're both full grown." They're often paired together, with holly representing the masculine and ivy the feminine, symbolising balance, harmony and renewal. It's also closely linked to Christianity for its ability to cling tightly to trees, walls or anything it can get itself onto, showing that undying faithfulness, like Christians and Catholics may have in God. Ivy leaves mature with age. The ivy I picked today with the black berries, as you'll see in this clip, is a more mature plant. When the plant is young, it has that lobed, spade-like appearance from the previous clips. As they mature, the leaves become more diamond-shaped. I then came across some rose hips, their bright red colour adding a colourful splash across the winter landscape. You can make rose hips into a tea or a syrup. I recently made some tea with these. It has a lovely berry-like taste. High in vitamin C and perfect to forage after a first frost. There are tiny hairs which need to be filtered if you're making a tea. They can be a bit irritable if not strained out. I came across this western red cedar, which I thought would make a beautiful addition to the wreath for its fullness and smell. When picked, it gives off a lovely, strong, sweet, spicy scent, very festive. This is a large evergreen conifer native to the Pacific Northwest of North America, widely planted in the UK. It has this beautiful, feathery-like layered appearance. Historically, the wood was supposedly used by indigenous people of North America for building canoes, houses and baskets, often called the Tree of Life. It's a leaf on you. I am battling the weather today. Hawthorn is a tree that came up in the book I've just finished. It's one we may not particularly think of as a tree, as it's traditionally used in hedges for boundaries and defence, and they can withstand some awful weather. In spring, hawthorn blooms into beautiful white clusters of flowers. The flowers, if brought into the home, used to be thought of as a bad omen. This is because as the flowers lose their life, they release a chemical called triethylamine, probably butchered that, which is the smell of dead bodies. Pretty gross. Nice little shaggy ink cap just growing out the side of this lane here. It's just the one of them, otherwise I would take this little guy, but yeah, only one, which is a shame. Had to come over here out of curiosity onto these wood chippings and look like we have lots of sulphur tufts. I think that's what these are. These glow in the dark apparently, under UV light, so. I feel literally like a drowned rat, so I'm gonna have to stop where I am in terms of foraging. I've got lots of ivy, some hawthorn berries, some rose hips, and some sort of conifer, which I'm not sure what it is, but oh my goodness, the weather is just tipping it down today. It did not hold up at all. Ready to head back home now and have a cup of tea and make the wreath. On my ladybird bag. He must have crept in with some of the foliage. Okay, so we're back home now, ready to make the wreath. So this is what the wreath looks like initially. Just a plain willow, I think it is. As I said, I bought this last year and I didn't use it. So these oranges have stayed lovely and bright for us. Some nice pine cones and bits and pieces from previous foraging. Such a simple decoration, these. So I cut some lovely long pieces of ivy. So ivy is really, really helpful because it is flexible. So obviously it's a climbing plant, so yeah, perfect for wreath making. This bag is absolutely soaked. Hawthorn berries. I did a bit of research and I think this is western red cedar, which has that lovely, lovely smell. And then lots of ivy, which was plentiful. Nice actual like fruits on them, the seed, berries, whatever you want to call them, which has got our lovely little rose hips, which are these lovely, it's not going to focus, I'm too far away. With my collection of goodies from Foraging and the homemade dried out oranges, I took my floristry sort of twine wire that I'm going to use to apply the foliage, along with my secateurs to cut it. You can use scissors, but it will blunt them in the end, so worth using proper secateurs for this. And I began applying the foliage first. And I will explain this in a later clip in the video, but initially I tried to use up each type of plant in one go. So at first I was laying down all of my ivy to get like a nice base, and then I went ahead and applied the red cedar next, as you'll see in the video. Once I was happy with how that first bit of ivy was laid down, I just repeated that process, placing different bits of ivy down and applying them with the twine where I needed to. I also took advantage of the beautiful willow wreath that I was using, and I tucked pieces into this. I'm really trying here just to get a base layer of foliage down, and then we can start adding in some of the more interesting bits and pieces. Here I'm just showing you the difference between a younger ivy leaf and an older ivy leaf. So older is in more mature plants. As you can see, the older ivy leaf is more diamond shaped and the younger ivy leaf is more lobe shaped, like a spade. I think we'll add a bit more ivy onto this side. The idea really is just to have as little of the brown showing as possible. So we just want that all to be foliage, and then I'm going to tie on any pine cones and oranges and any lemons and rose hips and stuff right at the end to add those pops of colour. But yeah, it's coming together really nicely. Gorgeous, gorgeous ivy. Look at that. So lovely. Right, now I'm thinking of adding some of our red cedar, which smells lovely. Maybe adding that to kind of plug the gaps a little bit. Some lovely fullness. Might add just a bit more green to plug some of these gaps. Okay, so we've got a beautiful wreath base now. So this is what it looks like. She is looking stunning. So now comes for the exciting bit where we jazz it up with all of our lovely little oranges and lemons and pine cones and red berries. We are going to add some final touches. I hope you enjoyed today's video and it gave you some inspiration to make your own Christmas decorations. What I love so much about foraging in the wild for Christmas decorations is that this whole beautiful table garland I put together today probably cost me about £5 when you account for how much wire I used for this, which was minimal compared to that whole thing that I bought from Amazon, which was £5. And then all you need is the structure of the wreath to actually connect the foliage to, and then that's it, and that cost me I think £4. There's something really lovely to be said about foraging for these pieces yourself and going out into nature, collecting the pieces yourself, learning about the pieces that you're picking. Forage responsibly and only take when there is enough there to sustain the wildlife that potentially, you know, is dependent on these berries and stuff over the winter period when there's not much else around. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do lots of videos like this, foraging, creative bits and pieces. Have a very Merry Christmas. I'm not sure I'll be posting a video next week as it is Christmas week. Thank you, bye.